What's up, y'all? Um, how do I pronounce it? Bonduvi, Voni, Bien. Hold on. All right, what's good, y'all? Bienvenue Nien podcast. Welcome to the P podcast, man. To the Z podcast, man. When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean see. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the fun, sweetie. Um, I just thought about something and got a download, right? And I've been reading this book, doing some studying and gaining wisdom. We have a such thing as landlords. Landlords. But in the spiritual realm, there's a thing called overlords. And overlords is beings that exist over certain realms. And I just thought about how like landlords and overlords, it's like a thing. They make down here on this planet in the 3D seem so real when it's not. And it's like you got landlords, people that rule over the house and where the land is at that the house is on. And if you don't pay a certain rent by a certain time, or if you don't pay a certain amount of money by a certain time, you got to get off the land. Or they got the power to shut your water off or cut your light bill off. So it's like having a landlord is really just a way of somebody can control you, because if they choose to raise the prices, they can raise the prices in any type of way on that rent. They can force you out due to price gauging, price gouging. And it's like people think that be having the control of stuff. And then on top of that, what if a landlord got control over your mind? Especially if you're a person that's not really aware, or if you're not really thinking about certain stuff like how you're supposed to. A landlord can really like have a person doing whatever just to attempt to make ends meet. And either you do or you don't. So then you got overlords, and I'm still learning about overlords, but I think overlords, hold on, we'll pause it and we'll come back actually on overlords. We're gonna do some studying on overlords. So as I came back, I put a screenshot maybe like right here. Or better yet, scratch that. Well, I can see that, but scratch that. Overlords is basically in terms of ether and subtle body and spirituality. It's actually based off of a domain or a creator that has that domain. Think of a website, right? And there's a domain name, an entity that exists outside of the website itself. If I'm saying that right, a domain is an entity that exists within the website. It exists within the website, but it has its own name. So you can have multiple domains and house within these domains different names, which you can say entities living in these houses, or maybe not entities living in these houses. So then you bring that down and connect it with landlords. Landlords is really just a way of people housing into these houses on these lands that is willing to give up a certain amount of control and pay the landlord however much they ask for or demand, or the part of the agreement, because everything is contract, right? So when you sign a piece of paper or certain paperwork, especially when it comes down to a landlord, you're dealing with an agreement. I have not had an apartment in my own name before yet, nor a house. But if anybody can let me know in the comments, is when you sign an agreement with a landlord, do you have to I know you have to make first rent deposit. You know, you have to put up some type of money, and then you have to pay something every month. And then you have even other domain and entities within a landlord that exists outside of the landlord, and that would be like Section 8. You have certain programs that are entities that give you the assistance that you may need to help you with rent. So then it's like you really have multiple ways of how landlords, so-called landlords, play a role in this physical realm versus overlords that really have the power over this planet. Like, I think overlords created planets, and if they created planets and rule over something and have king over something, they obviously have the ability to wipe out a race or do whatever they want with it. Because it's like we think we are the biggest thing around the world, but what if we seen as ants to other beings? What if other beings see us as gods? Ants probably see us as gods. Ants probably communicate to other ants. They have a language that we probably can't fathom, but ants see us as gods. Bugs see us as gods. And we see things we can't perceive as gods, but they may look at us as ants. And those could be overlords. What the fuck? I never thought I would get down this path. I'm far down the rabbit hole for real, because overlords, like, I've heard about them. I watch videos on it, but like, for me to be able to break this down right now and think about it, overlords. It's just something we may not be able to perceive right now, but I think you can perceive overlords, or the overlords, or who are the overlords. Is there a certain group or name? Maybe you get to a certain level in your awareness or psyche, you maybe can start to perceive or interact with these overlords. I don't know, but I know if you have a landlord, you have to interact with your landlord every time of the month when it comes up and it's due, because if you don't pay. So like, yeah, I'm looking good though. Lately I've been glowing, man. I've been taking care of myself, man. I'm looking good for real, for real. Yeah, man. I just want to get out this video on overlords and landlords. I'm gonna title this "Landlords versus Overlords" and what's the difference. Y'all should do some studying on it. Look into it. And if you are spiritual and you love to seek knowledge, follow your intuition, follow your spirit. It will never lead you wrong. Trust your gut. It won't do you wrong. We are in the hermit year this year, so I advise you to stay low and study and being kind of in a shell like a crab or a hermit, and just soak up the knowledge and apply it, and gain from the wisdom by learning from your experience. Some of us may think we're moving and progressing, but we're really not. And evolution is the most important thing as far as being on this journey. With that being said, though, y'all stay safe and dangerous. Love, light, and healing. I'm out.